Welcome to another episode of Dad's Rules with Kevin Belzer, and I'm joined by Melissa Belzer, and we are starting whether we are ready to or not.
That's it.
So let's just kick it off. And I was showing homes yesterday. I went out to the backyard where the pool was and proceeded to step in dog poop.
Oh, you can tell me that.
Yeah. I was
I'm
wearing,
sorry.
I was wearing, and I'll segue this into the
Okay.
into the next topic
Okay.
because I'm good like that.
Yeah.
My segues are smooth, like butter.
Yes, like butter.
Like butter. Anywho, yeah. So you can be on the highest of highs, and then step in dog poop to knock you back down.
Which shoes were those?
My brand new ones.
No.
Yep.
Oh,
My brand new brand new
No.
Pumas.
no.
My red, black, and white
Yes,
ones.
I love those shoes.
Yeah.
Did you have to hose them off?
Thankfully, they not only had a hose, but they had a sprayer on it that was really high powered at the house, and there was water running. So I was actually able to get it all off. But
Immediately.
the client's like, yeah, we're gonna go look at the rest of the house while you're doing that.
Great.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
Definitely professional. Was not taught how to handle that situation in real estate school,
What do you
and there was no script for it anywhere.
But
I mean, I guess I
There
could
you
check
have
on YouTube and go, what do you do if you're showing homes with a client and you step in dog poop, and see what the scripting says to do,
you
and
could.
go from there.
Yeah.
Or you can just do what I did and just hose it off.
Immediately get it off of there so it's not in your car or in the house. Or I don't think you get a choice. You're showing somebody else's house. You gotta take care of it right away.
Speaking of stepping in it, I told you I was going to segue.
That was a good one.
Speaking of stepping in it,
Okay.
the NFL stepped in it this past weekend with their halftime show.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Well, no, of course I didn't either,
Well, then how do we know?
because it played out exactly how I thought it was going to play off. It was going to be,
I just hear people what they said.
oh no, I've read a lot of things, and I've
Yeah.
also heard some excerpts from it. So yeah, I was made aware of because there was an alternate option for me that had music I like
Mhm.
and Kid Rock.
And that's fine.
So we had Kid Rock, which I listened to the first album like 10 million other people did when it came out, all the time, back when I delivered pizzas. And he was a headliner, and then the other artists were country. And for some silly reason that I can't explain, I've started to like pop country. Yeah, pop country is what I consider it.
Whatever makes you feel better about it.
Yep. I don't care.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Whatever.
It's melodic. It's not rock. But anyway,
Okay.
so I had an option. So I decided at halftime I was going to switch over because the artist performing, Bad Bunny, I know zero of his songs.
I just don't know anything about
I
it
also don't speak Espanol,
either. No.
so I was never going to understand any of it. Well, what I find in hindsight, that is basically a very debauchery set. And somebody posted earlier, here's the English translations of the lyrics that he was singing.
It for real though? Like it was an actual translation? Because
Yeah.
I thought about that. We could maybe turn on the
See if Duolingo or Google Translate
or just turn on and see what the subtitles popped up, because I could probably point out some of the words.
But we've been seeing for years a decline in the quality of the artist from a family values type way. Is that
Yeah,
fair to say?
I mean, that's where we sit, and I think it should be that sometimes, because there are kids watching, there are families watching, it's not all just whatever. And some of it, like, I would have been horrified if my kids had been in the room. Not just this year, like previous years. I'd have been like,
Yeah, I think the last time they had like I think the last time they had a country artist was like 1994. I could be wrong, but I thought it was like Travis Tritt or something like that. That's the last time they had a country artist. Now I know Kid Rock has actually done the halftime show, because remember, a lot of times there's a guest. So even
Okay.
this year there was a guest with Bad Bunny. There was a part where Lady Gaga, I believe, was dancing with him.
yeah.
Well, anyway, back when you had the costume malfunction with Janet Jackson and
that was
Justin
like
Timberlake,
so like
I
That was a
I
big
heard,
deal.
I was told that one of the artists that also performed that night was Kid Rock.
Oh, I didn't
I
even.
don't
No
remember
one
that.
remembers that because all they ever talk about is the two of them and the wardrobe
Yeah,
malfunction.
everybody was
It's
working their
unfortunate.
DVRs and just seeing if they could just pause it. So
No,
anyway,
I'd want to do that.
well, anyway, but for the last several years, it's been clear that it's not music that most anybody with values is gonna be. It's like every now and then they tease us with one that's actually fun, like Bruno Mars was good. Um,
He has a lot of talent.
Justin Timberlake was good. Prince was by far the best one ever. Um, Gosh, I think you had.
Prince's was really good.
I think we had Kiss back in the day.
I don't even
Um,
remember. I even looked up who's all. I couldn't remember.
yeah, I thought so. But anyway, it's like you go, okay, the Super Bowl's in San Francisco. What artist makes the most sense if you're playing in San Francisco? Now you may not know this, but there's two uber famous bands out of San Francisco that should have been the no-brainers for this year's Super Bowl. Do you know?
I don't.
The the first one is Journey.
Maybe they couldn't do it. Maybe they didn't want to do
Well,
it.
you can do it a year in advance because they have to start
Okay.
planning it well over a year in advance. So they already know who's doing next year because they have to work it all out logistically.
Sure, with tours and whatnot.
The other one is Metallica, who is arguably the biggest band in the world.
But maybe they didn't want to do it. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just playing advocate here.
No,
Would they have wanted to do it?
no. It's because of who's organizing it. It's Jay-Z's organizing it. He's not picking any. All he's
I
trying
don't
to
know.
do is controversy after controversy. Ever since he's taken over in 2019, they for the most part they've been trash. They just haven't been that good. So the numbers are not totally in yet because they have to wait for the TV numbers to come in for how many people switched over and watched the other one, or there's people that just didn't watch the Super Bowl at all because the matchup was kind of whatever for a lot of people, and also the game was boring. It was ridiculously boring. The commercials were the most entertaining part, which I'll get to that here in a second. But the anyway, they would have had a year to speak to Metallica to, and why would Metallica say no? It's their hometown. San Francisco's their hometown.
I don't really know the process. So, but maybe it's because
I
like
just
you said,
think
who
that
chose.
they
I
just
don't know.
I just think they just missed the boat because it kind of makes sense if you like picked ones that were part of the
Area where you
the
are.
culture there. Yeah, but what do I know?
I don't know because I don't know all the things. I know I've heard other people say that Bad Bunny's got a lot of philanthropic avenues for his things. I haven't looked it up. I'm like a lot, I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
looking at his lyrics are trash. That's just my opinion. I've been told though that since I switched channels and whatnot, that makes me racist and everything else. And it's like whatever. It's
I'm
like
not racist if you know me.
yeah, it's like no, it's not. It's not my music, and I don't speak Spanish, so it's not going to appeal to me.
Well, even if you do or you don't, I mean, it's like it still won't necessarily appeal to somebody just because.
Think about it.
This
is a 250th anniversary of our country, and we roll out somebody that's been pretty publicly been anti-U.S. in a lot of his critiques, and yet that's who they roll out to do it. To me, it's just like it just doesn't make a lot of sense. But what do I know?
They chose who they chose. I don't know. I didn't get asked.
And I switched over and I enjoyed the other program. So on the other program, and this I did actually post this. I was going to read it. When he came out as Robert Ritchie at the end, because Kid Rock, when he played, and then there was a Christian hymn that was played by a what was it, a cello and a violinist?
Yeah,
I think and then he came out as Robert Ritchie. So he took this song, and I'll be able to find it. Here it is. He took this song, and it's a Cody Johnson song. And what he did is he came out with this remaking their song, and he added an additional verse. And the verse he added is, "There's a book sitting in your house somewhere that could use some dusting off. There's a man who died for all your sins hanging from the cross. You can give your life to Jesus, and He'll give you a second chance till you can't. The name of the song was "Till You Can't."
Yeah, it's a good song.
It was a great song, and the message is pretty poignant. So it's very diverse difference between the two shows going on. One that spoke to my very conservative values, and the other one that did not.
But okay, but let's just say let's pretend that it was somebody that I liked. I'm still gonna prefer the artist regardless because I don't listen to Kid Rock, but that got my attention because I'm like he's talking about Jesus. To me, that's above all things. It doesn't matter. It could have been anybody at the halftime show, but if you're gonna have it somewhere where you're gonna be putting Jesus first, then I'm all about that.
Well, and here's the big thing about that is that they got the, like I said, the final numbers aren't in yet, but as they're coming in from all the other sources, and this is just day of, this is not counting those that have since gone on and watched the YouTube as well. But day of, it was either the largest or the second largest live streaming event ever on YouTube.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Musical show ever.
The alternate show.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was funny because when it came out, people were like, oh, only 5 million watch. It's like, well, they were on multiple channels because they gave streaming rights and other sources, other social medias access to it to also air on their channels.
Oh, so they only took it from the one source, the numbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
So what they're doing right now is they're tabulating everything. And when they came out with the numbers on the Charlie Kirk show tonight, they said we don't have everything yet, but it's looking like if you do the math of how Nielsen does it and whatever the other service is called, Zappa or something, I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, the way that they tabulate the numbers, they said it's looking like it's no less than 25 million eyeballs, but it's more likely 40 to 50 million eyeballs that saw it. So this is what's so cool about it, because the final message in the whole night was about Jesus. And we've had this talk before about life is a faith walk, and everything else around it is white noise. That doesn't mean that there is not value in any of that stuff. There's not importance in any of that stuff. But the overall driving theme from the day you take your first breath to the day you take your last breath is you have to find Jesus during that process.
Bring people to Jesus.
And then you're bringing people. That's your next job after that.
Yeah.
But that's your main thing. Everything else is it's white noise outside of that, even though there's value, like I said.
Yeah, it doesn't make it valueless.
It doesn't make it value less. I'm not saying that any of that's bad. I'm just saying that there is an overall theme. There's a thing that you need to get done, and then here's all the other things underneath it. But this is the main one that has to be done.
Well, and that doesn't mean we're putting any specific person on pedestal either, because nobody belongs in that pedestal but Jesus. Following Jesus.
But yeah, that's a no-brainer, because
I'm just stating that because I know I've seen some other people on the other side. They're like, oh, well, no, it isn't.
Because you got a lot of only one perfect person has ever walked the planet, and that was Jesus.
That's it.
So you got people going, well, Kid Rock did this song, and that's how he kicked off his show, the halftime show, with this song, that launched his career. They go, well, that song talks about hookers, drinking, whatever, all that stuff. But what you have to remember is the man he was and the man he is now, the man you are 20, 30 years ago does not have to be the finished product.
No.
Because the reality is that you are not ever the same person you were even one day ago. Because there's something that happened in the past 24 hours that changed you to where you can never go back to what you were 24 hours before. It could be as simple as you getting an email like I do every day of the word of the day. Now you know one more word that you didn't know before. So it's like you can't go back because now you're one word smarter than you were before. So it can't be really that stupid. But it's so funny when people go, you change. And it's like, yeah, but you're always changing.
Yeah. Well, and we have to, even though it can be hard sometimes, you have to allow for change. You cannot place that person back to who they used to be, because they did change, and you have to, even though it can be hard sometimes, you have to allow for that. because Jesus forgave us. So that doesn't mean it's okay.
The most powerful 4 words that you can ever say to somebody if they ever go, man, you've changed, you can go, thank you for noticing.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you say. And I did steal that. I heard it on an Ed Milet podcast this morning. And I was like, man, that is freaking powerful. There was somebody ever says it because they don't normally mean it in a good way. Normally they mean it coming from a bad place.
Yeah.
Like, man, you've changed. You're like, thank you for noticing.
I'm all about, am I a better person than I was the day before? So mine is always a step going forward. Are we going to get everything right? No. But you go one day forward and go, how can I do it better? And just keep trying to do it better and better and just keep going forward. So that's what that's what I do. I try to be a better person than the day before.
Yeah. No Christian is perfect.
No.
And which is why I always find it funny when people like to criticize Christians supposed to be, oh, you're supposed to be perfect, not judge people and all that. And it's like, well, I've read the Bible and it sounds like you really need to read the Bible because that's not what it says at all in there. Maybe. It says I'd follow Jesus and I'm striving to be a better person every day. Yeah. It does not say that I'm going to be perfect and I'm never going to drop the F-bomb or anything like that because I drop the F-bomb probably every day.
I don't. I
think it is a great word. So
it's a great word, but sometimes it's more fun to make up funny words to say instead.
Yeah, like fork.
Yeah, I say that all the time.
With the fork.
With the fork. That's fun.
Are you shirting me?
Holy forking shirt balls. Hey.
So I was back to the Super Bowl. It was so freaking boring. There were a couple things that I did like because I said before the game, because I do not like to see chickens at all. I did say friends. That I did want Sam Darnold to have a good game because I think he deserves it because he's pretty much been stomped underfoot by teams for quite a while, and it's like okay, yeah, we just give up on players right away. But anyway, I was glad to see that he had a decent game. I was really glad for the person that won the MVP, Walker, the running back, because if you actually dig into his backstory as well, it's quite amazing as far as that's concerned because he at one time didn't even think he would play college ball. And here he is in the NFL winning the MVP. And he, without a doubt, is the reason that they won. It just his running was just absolutely insane. So that was a cool storyline.
What's his full name? So if someone wants to go look it up.
I'd have to look it up.
Oh, okay. Like, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I was
you
like,
put me on the spot.
I didn't mean to. I just didn't know. So I'm like, I wouldn't know how to look him up. Walker. On the Seahawks.
Even when I was in the military, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walker on the Seahawks. There, I just want him to be able to look it up. Yeah.
Even when I was in the military, a lot of times I didn't know people's first name.
It's fine.
Whatever your shirt said, it's like, oh, that's Booty.
So Walker on the Seahawks. Look him up.
Yeah. So you can put me on the spot. It's like
no, I just was like, I wouldn't know until I thought maybe somebody else would.
How many times is it before I remember people's names at all? So it's never been something I've been good at.
I was just being viewer forward. Letting them look it up.
Yep. Anywho, commercials. The commercial that I liked the most was the bald eagle with the Budweiser. What's their horse called?
Clydesdale.
Yeah, with the Clydesdale. Yeah. That was my favorite, where you see the eagle growing up, and eventually it learns how to fly, launching itself off the back of the Clydesdale. That was freaking America, fuck yeah. That was awesome. So that was cool. And I liked it because it's like Budweiser leaned into the theme this year, being it's the 250th anniversary. There was a lot of funny commercials this year, so it wasn't as bad as a lot of previous years. That was the main one. I liked seeing that there's a Minions movie coming out because they're the greatest of all time, especially Kevin. He's the best of the Minions. I don't know why, but he's my favorite.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, there was a couple of movie premieres that they showed during that looked pretty cool. The Halfway There commercial for State Farm was really funny with Bon Jovi at the very end. That was a hysterical one as well.
I just don't know what he wants. He's gonna start getting loud. Here you go, lay down.
Let's see what other ones.
Mine was the Dunkin' Donuts, probably. Oh, doggy bonked his head. Probably the Dunkin' Donuts with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Aniston. That was like hilarious to me. And these are the two that stand out. There's probably a lot more that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. That one and I actually loved the Jurassic Park one. That one
Oh
was
yeah, yeah.
awesome.
The Jurassic Park commercial was really good too, where it was just a bad internet connection. So once they
I
had
just
proper internet, then they were going to be good. And yeah, nothing we saw in
I
Jurassic
just
Park actually played out. They just had a
I just loved
very
it.
pleasant vacation. They got the investor money they needed to expand the park, and all was well in the world.
And I feel like I can't think of it off the. There was another one that I was like, okay, those are probably my top three, but I those two stood out to me the most though. I really loved both of those.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I was enjoying the commercials. I mean,
yeah, I
honestly,
always do.
when the game was on, that's when I went and got food and used the restroom and stuff like that. But that's pretty typical anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
because I'm all I like seeing the artistic value in the advertising. I like to see what they do, and everybody's like, it's a I don't care. I just you still have to make it. It's still an art form. I still like to see how it pans out. I
Yeah.
don't care.
So I guess that's my recap of the Super Bowl. My takeaways from it: the good, the bad, the ugly.
I just like the social part of it. I most of the time don't care what's on the TV.
Yeah, it's usually about the food.
Food, the commercials, the
Yeah.
gathering, the social, talking to my friends.
Yep.
Which we didn't have a big gathering, but I do like the big gatherings for that reason.
Yeah. So
So
we'll wrap it up here. If you like the show, like, share, comment, leave feedback, review, all that fun stuff. And until next time, go out and be the kick-ass adult I know you all can be.